Hello and welcome to my little bookish corner of the internet. My name's Harriet. Today I'm going to be doing my spoiler-free review for The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. And this is the first book in the Dreamland Billionaires trilogy. I think it's going to be a trilogy. Now this is a book that I've seen online absolutely everywhere. I don't personally have BookTok, but apparently it's very big on there. This is classed as one of those TikTok sensation books. But I saw it on my Bookstagram, and to be honest, I picked it up because I'm really interested in anything to do with theme parks. I am a real child at heart, even though this book is not appropriate for children whatsoever. But this is set in Dreamland, which is almost like Disneyland, but not quite. And the book does delve into those elements, which I really enjoyed. So that's why I originally picked it up, and then I realised that it is actually a very smutty book, which I wasn't completely sure about until the book arrived and I read the back of it. I should have read more reviews, to be honest. I just saw what it looked like on the front and thought it was like a mystery book or something. It looks more mystery than it does smut, but it's definitely not suitable for younger readers. So if you didn't already know, then at least I've pre-warned you. This book does not shy away from anything, and it is the smuttiest book I have read in a really long time. I've not read anything this intense for a while, but there we go. So it says on the back here that The Fine Print is the first book in a series of spicy standalone novels featuring three billionaire brothers. And in this one we are following Rowan and Zara. And Rowan is the director of Dreamland, which is the theme park, and Zara is almost like a creative assistant to him. And when they meet and their worlds collide, it's just following their story. Obviously it's a spicy novel, so you can kind of tell that they have different interactions with each other, but it's not just surface level romance. There are things that are a little bit deeper and topics that are discussed that are a little bit heavier than what I was expecting. It definitely exceeded my expectations. As soon as it came in the post and I read that it was a spicy novel, I almost assumed that there wouldn't be much of a storyline, but it actually focused in on our main characters and their lives a little bit more than what I was expecting. It's not the most character driven, best character development novel I've ever read, but it was actually quite good and I did enjoy it. I didn't really want to put it down. It's one of those books that I feel like you can read in the summer when you're in the garden and you don't have a lot of time to read, but you can really get through a good couple of chapters in a short space of time because it is so easy to read. There are a couple of things that I didn't really like. So Rowan, who is the male character, he just didn't really have a good enough excuse to be as horrible as he was at certain times. He is just a massive dickhead to everyone, which I know is some people's kink, not personally mine, but if you do like that then you will love him as a character. But for me, I just didn't think he was very redeemable. There's definitely a grumpy sunshine trope in here, and obviously the arsehole billionaire being a big trope as well. But I personally just didn't like him, but I did really like Zara's character. I think that she felt a lot more realistic, whereas Rowan felt needlessly horrible at times and almost as if no one would really act the way that he was acting. But I did quite like their relationship, as toxic as it was. Not something to base your reality off of, I don't think, but it was fun to read about. I also felt that the ending was ever so slightly rushed. It just seemed like it was a way to wrap things up with a nice pretty bow without actually making me feel anything. But like I say, I did really enjoy it. The main thing that I loved was the descriptions of Dreamland, the park, and just the feeling. Some of it is set around winter and Christmas time, and it just really transported me into Disneyland. Just the way it's being described, it still has the castle and it has the Fantasyland side of things, but they're named different names, and it was just so lovely to read about and I really enjoyed that. And I did like some of the romantic scenes in here as well. To be honest, it was just a very easy book to read, and it came at a perfect time because obviously my job has changed now, which means I don't have a lot of time to read before and after work, and this was just perfect to pick up on my lunch break or after work and not really have to focus on it too much. So overall, if you're looking for a romantic, smutty novel based in a Disneyland-esque setting, then I definitely recommend picking this up. I don't think it's a bad book at all. I don't think it's poorly written or anything like that. It is a typical smutty novel, but it does have a deeper element with the characters' thoughts and feelings too. So overall, I would give this a 4-star rating, which is actually pretty high, but I can see myself keeping this and maybe rereading it again in the future. Please let me know down below if you have read this book and what you thought, and also let me know if you think it's worth continuing with the trilogy. I think only the second book is out at the moment and I'm not set on whether I'm going to pick it up or not, but if you have read it, do let me know if it's worth it. But that is everything from me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!